Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, posting of the colors by the Unified Fire Authority, Honor Guard, pipes, and drums. All uniformed personnel, present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arms. Post. Colors.
Thank you all. You may be seated. I'd like to welcome everybody here this evening. We have a packed house tonight. Captain Costin's over here filming. For those of you online, almost every chair is filled here. Multiple people standing in the back of the room. Thank you all so much for your support this evening. My right side is my better side anyway, so we'll just move that over there. Our information outreach division is responsible for putting these promotional ceremonies on, and we have a calculation or a formula that we like to use for how many crumble cookies that we purchase for each promotional ceremony. And I'd just like to say, I'll share that special calculation with you. It's 10 per person being promoted. So generally speaking, that'd be about 40 cookies tonight that we would order. There's a lot more than 40 people here tonight. So we ordered 100. I know that was worrying a lot of you out there. And I think we were even lucky enough to get the pink sugar cookies tonight as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Awesome. Good. Again, welcome here. We have 4 amazing employees that we're introducing tonight and their promotional ceremony. We've got Assistant Chief Dusty Dern. We've got Ops Chief Wade Russell, and then 2 battalion chiefs. We have Jay Torgersen and then Kenny Aldridge as well. As far as the of how tonight is going to be ran, we're going to introduce our BCs first. We have we'll go ahead and invite 2 speakers up. We have Chief Dusty Dern. He'll be speaking on behalf of Chief Torgersen, in which we would like to then invite up Captain Hobbs. So Captain Hobbs, just come right on up after Chief Dern is finished with his. And then right after that, we'll go into Chief Burchett's swearing in of the BCs. Immediately following that, we'll hop into our operations chief, Chief Russell. We'll have a speaker on his behalf, and that'll be, again, Chief Dern. We'll go ahead and swear in Chief Russell. And then following right after that, we'll go ahead and have Chief Burchett come on up again and speak on behalf of Chief Dern, in which we'll go ahead and swear Chief Dern in. And then we'll conclude the evening after that. Just before I leave, a few housekeeping things. We do have restrooms off on this side of the room here. And again, crumble cookies, pink sugar, frosted cookies in the back for those of you that are interested as well. So without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and invite up Chief Dern, who will be speaking on behalf of Battalion Chief Torgersen.
Well, good evening. Glad all of you were able to make it here tonight, and thanks for coming to show your support for the 4 chiefs being promoted tonight. Where do I start with Chief Torgersen? I thought about maybe a VW van joke or maybe something related to telemark skiing, but ultimately I decided against that. As I thought about Jay and his promotion to battalion chief, I looked at our organizational values and our leadership competencies. Jay truly lives these values as he's led our organization throughout his career. As I began to capture my thoughts about Chief Torgersen and what he will bring as a BC, I began to think beyond our values. The words kind, compassionate, experienced, friendly, and articulate came to mind. I've known Jay for 20 years, and I have not once seen or heard Jay become frustrated or speak ill of anyone. Jay truly cares for those he works with and the people we serve. Early on, as the medical division chief, Jay was asked to make some difficult decisions that would affect people's lives and their work schedules. In working through these decisions, Jay was methodical and never lost focus of the human factors and the impacts these decisions would have on the people that worked for him. Jay will carry this focus into operations, and he will help provide for employee wellness in the battalion that he works. If you've ever spent any time with Jay, you know he's a social butterfly. He can strike up a conversation with anyone and immediately make them feel very welcome. Jay also knows everyone. I often hike and ski with Jay, and it has become a running joke that Jay will run into someone he knows anywhere and everywhere. 4 hours into a backcountry skiing event, on top of some peak or scrambling up some exposed ridge working to the top, Jay will find someone he knows and strike up a conversation. Jay has spent his career leading, learning, and making a difference. Throughout his career, Chief Torgersen spent time as a firefighter, a paramedic, a captain, chief's adjunct, division chief over medical, and liaison for the town of Alta for many years. And that's just a few things he's done. Jay is a strong influence in developing our swift water response, and our program is where it is today because of his work early on. Years ago, our organization and the search and rescue team with Salt Lake County struggled at times to integrate and work together closely. Jay being Jay, saw this gap, and he began to build relationships with the search and rescue commanders and volunteers. We became very organized, our communication was better, and our roles were better defined because of Jay working to build these critical relationships. It goes without saying, but a portion of Chief Torgersen's success is due to the support of his family. As many of you know in the room, being a firefighter is difficult work. It often taxes us, our family, and our relationships. Thank you to Tally, Jonas, Lars, and Tessa for your support. Jay has done extraordinary things in his career and made a difference in many people's lives. On a personal note, Jay has been a good friend for many years. And has helped me through my career. Congratulations, Chief Torgersen, on your promotion to Battalion Chief.
Thanks for waiting. We're fighting a fire, so appreciate it. I had a paper at the station, but it's still there. I just want to start by, if I'm uncomfortable, I'm just going to make jokes. That's what Ken taught me. You just go back, revert back to what you know. So, but I really want to congratulate him first off the bat. I couldn't be prouder. I'm Travis Hobbs, Captain Hobbs. I've worked with Ken for many years, probably 20 years off and on. We were firefighters on different shifts, and then we got promoted to heavy rescue tech, still on different shifts. I think the rest of the guys are all back there. You got Scotty and Nate and Joe. We're all about the same size. It's cool. And then I got to work for him, and that was interesting. So I was his firefighter for a while, and then he got sick of me, so he got me promoted off. But last assignment, I've been co-captain at Station 117 with him, aka he's my work wife. So sorry, Becca, if that's the first you're hearing of this. We've done a lot of things the same. We had twins. He had twins. I had to have twins. He married doctor. I had married doctor. Do a lot of things the same. So when I met Ken, we were at Station 10, and it didn't take long for him to figure out my quirks. So every morning when I came in, he won't admit it, but he would move the pictures in the hallway just a hair, just to get my OCD going, so that I had to straighten them out so there wouldn't be a irrational bad event in the country or something. So putting the world right. But I also learned quick that his mean scowl that some of you know, it's not mean at all. It's just a fake facade. I asked his crew give me one word if they would describe Captain Aldridge, Battalion Chief Ken Aldridge, what would it be? And Nick instantly said it, intensity. And then the rest of them said, stop yelling at me with your eyes. That's not one word, but that's what they said. And I remember seeing that when I got hired, and I was like, what is going on with this guy? Then I just had to make him laugh once, and then it was over. So the last 5 years, I keep thinking every time in my career I've had the best time. I've been with the best crew. We're gonna have the best time, and it just kept getting better. The last 5 years have been awesome. I've learned a ton. Captain Aldridge is always sending me some message from a book he's read, Chris Voss, how to manipulate people, and he's pretty good at that. Or whenever we have new people come in, they're Ray McCormick, FDNY. He gave a speech. It's probably been 10 or 12 years ago now, but we're obviously very safety conscious on our side, but the fire service is going down a path and kind of losing sight that we're still working for the public. And he gives a great speech talking about what we're here for and why we do it. And just coming back from this fire, I just joking around with the guys, and I'm gonna miss doing that with you. And now you're an A shifter, but that was something. One thing he taught me. I was in fire training for a long time, and you go through the IFSTA book, and you're teaching the fire guys, and the first chapter talks about who's most important, and it says, oh, the firefighter is, and then your crew, and then the public, and Ray McCormick really hits that hard, and that's kind of what Ken's lived by. We can't live by like fear. We just have to be ready, trained. We're obviously going to take safety into account, but we need to put the public first. And whether that's a 3 a.m. call with Captain Aldridge and somebody with stomach pain wants to go to the hospital, or whether we're doing the hero stuff, that's what I've learned. Is that's why we come to work. And we jokingly, those are the days we got mandoed. We're B shift days because those are our mandatory shifts. All the other days were callbacks. So anytime I got mandatory shift on B shift, I was glad that I was with Captain Aldridge and the crew. We're gonna miss you. A shift, they're gonna have a great leader. When I think of a battalion chief, or there's many guys in this room that I'd fight for a fire with, go anywhere with, and there's actually a lot in here, and Ken's right at the top of the list. So we did right. Department did right. We got a good guy. It's going to be in the right spot. Couple funny stories, I guess. You got to watch out for them though. You guys know Merrill Bone passed away last year, COVID, but we were all in the same crew together. I was a firefighter, Matt Anderson, Merrill, Stevie Lawrence, and Merrill had maybe put on a couple pounds. So he shows up in his turnouts and he can't get the thing zipped up very well. And he's like, Captain Aldridge, we need to talk. I want somebody's badge. And so Ken he should have been a lawyer. He just instantly is like, oh, I think Marriott's stole your turnouts. And Marriott's like half the size of him. So he called up Val and got the serial number switched. So when Merrill called, he thought that Marriott had switched his turnouts out. And then he just goes, Merrill, you gained some weight. Go get new turnouts. So, will do, boss. So you got to watch him. He'll get you. But we're going to miss you. Proud of you. Kent department is going to be, we did the right thing. We got a good guy in a good spot. So.
So before I go into swearing those two in, I think it would be appropriate for you to say something, Jay and Ken. I know you want to. So Jay, we'll start with you.
Wow, I wasn't planning on this, so I'll be brief. I feel super fortunate to be here among you all. I'm very humbled to be here, and just want to say thank you. This has been a wonderful, wonderful job. The last 26 years, I think Chief Brass was one of my first training officers, and he said, you found a job that you will always look forward to coming to, and that is truly the case. So thank you to my family. Thank you to my peers, and for all of you, you're great examples to me, and I look forward to being with you out on the rigs. So thanks.
Well, this is unexpected, so thanks, Chief. That was a pretty dirty trick. I appreciate that. Thanks, Trav, for the kind words. Thanks to everybody that came. I love you. I have a lot of good friends in this room and people I respect, and what Trav talked about, the joy we have in doing this job is a pretty awesome job to have. And I only get to do it because I stood on the shoulders of great men that taught me how to do it. I love what we do, and try not to mess it up.
Okay. Stop yelling at me. You're getting promoted. Okay, so you've been chosen by virtue of your background, training, and personal qualities to be Battalion Chief with Unified Fire Authority. Your behaviors, decisions, and actions while on and off duty directly reflect the image of Unified Fire Authority, its personnel, and the quality of service that UFA provides to the citizens we serve. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, J. Torgersen,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will uphold the vision,
That I will uphold the vision,
mission, values, and policies
mission,
values, and policies
adopted by Unified Fire Authority.
adopted by Unified Fire Authority.
I will act for the good of the communities of which I serve.
I will act for the good of the communities of which I serve.
I will strive for excellence
I will strive for excellence
while I faithfully,
while I faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and ethically perform
and ethically perform
the duties of Battalion Chief with Unified Fire Authority.
the duties of the Battalion Chief with Unified Fire Authority.
Congratulations. Okay. Tally.
I practiced before. Don't do that. Can't be evil. Sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's a 1 hour program.
Well, good evening again. I just realized that now I get to talk 3 times tonight, so I get a bonus. Next, I'm honored to speak to Chief Russell. As I sat down and began to jot down some thoughts about Chief Russell and the operations chief role, I again looked at our organizational values and the leadership competencies for the operations chief position. As I started to read through these, I began to think about the future and what a good position we're in organizationally. I read integrity, professionalism, and respect. The more I read, the more I smiled. Accountability, teamwork, dedication, and courage. As I read on, I thought about where we are as an organization, just in our recent past, where we are now, and where we're going to be in the future. I'm so excited for the future with leaders like Chief Russell and the 2 battalion chiefs we've promoted this evening. Chief Russell is truly dedicated to the organization, our employees, their families, and the communities we serve. Wade has served as a firefighter, a hazmat tech, station captain, chief's adjunct, battalion chief, and liaison to Kearns, just to name a few. Wade has been a member of Utah Task Force 1 since very early in his career. He's deployed to 9/11, Hurricane Harvey, the Surfside condominium complex in Florida, and those are only a handful of his deployments. Chief Russell also maintains a position as a safety officer on an incident support team for USAR. Over the last several years, Wade has reworked the national training course for USAR safety officers. This is no small task. This work and the outcome demonstrates his abilities of how he will succeed as the operations chief and more within our organization. Another strength of Chief Russell's, and certainly worth mentioning, is his ability to crush people during Pong for Pain. For those of you who don't know, Pong for Pain is a workout in the station where we line up around the table and you serve the ping pong ball and then you run to every side as you smack the ball. If you miss the table or miss your shot, you go do the workout. Oftentimes, Wade would let you get back into the game, recover for a second or two, and then crush your spirits and send you back to do a workout. I've experienced it firsthand. Not as many times as his crew at 109, but I've definitely experienced it. A few years back, Chief Russell was promoted to battalion chief and assigned to Battalion 11B shift. I was so excited and ecstatic to have Chief Russell working on the same shift as a battalion chief. I knew that we were going to have a great time and he had my back, particularly when responding to hazmat incidents. I'd always respected Chief Russell and knew that I was going to be able to learn a lot from him over that time that we were on the same shift. I have that same excitement now with Wade as our operations chief, and I'm expecting great things of him and what he will do for our organization. Like I mentioned earlier, none of us would be here without the support of our families. So thank you, Brittany, Carson, and Bronson, for your support. The operations chief position is new to our organization. We've only had it for about 2.5 years, but I know Chief Russell will develop this position into more than it is currently and drive and develop our organization. So congratulations to Chief Russell on your promotion to operations chief.
Don't make me ask, Wade, just come on up here.
Thanks, Chief, and thanks, Chief Dern. I very rarely have much to say, but for the record, the ping pong thing, I've just been trying to keep up with everybody else, so that is the truth. No, thank you. I'm humbled and I'm honored to be standing here. And for everybody standing in the back of the room, it's an honor and privilege to be able to work for you and to see where we are now and where we're going to be in the future. So I'm very, very happy for this opportunity and to be able to work for you directly. I can tell you this is nothing I ever looked forward to growing up in the fire service. I ran around Station 109, following my dad and all my heroes around, and I just wanted to be a firefighter. So that was the best thing and the greatest accomplishment I could do in my career. So just being here is very humbling, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. So thank you, Chief.
I feel like the print got smaller. Okay. You've been chosen by virtue of your background, training, and personal qualities to be an operations chief for Unified Fire Authority. Your behaviors, decisions, and actions while on and off duty directly reflect the image of Unified Fire Authority, its personnel, and the quality of service that UFA provides to the citizens we serve. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Wade Russell,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will uphold the vision,
that I will uphold the vision,
mission,
mission,
values,
values,
and policies
and policies
adopted by Unified Fire Authority.
adopted by Unified Fire Authority.
I will act for the good of the communities
I will act for the good of the communities
of which I serve.
of which I serve.
I will strive for excellence
I will strive for excellence
while I faithfully,
while I faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and ethically perform
and ethically perform
the duties of Operations
the
Chief
duties of Operations Chief
with Unified Fire Authority.
with Unified Fire Authority.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. The boys are supposed to get up too. It's not their jam.
Well, thanks again for coming. My name is Dominic Burchett and I am the fire chief. I'm happy to share a few words about the Assistant Chief of Emergency Services and also a few words about Dusty as well. The AC of Emergency Services is responsible for overseeing wildland, medical training, fire training, and all of our operations. It's a big portfolio, and luckily Chief Dern has good division chiefs working for him and now a good operations chief as well. That gives Dusty the opportunity to think big picture and help figure out our best path forward for operations. The fire service, as many of you know, is changing rapidly, and operations in specifically, we need to be ready for what's coming and be right on the cutting edge of progress. A big portion of the overall UFA budget is based on operation and operational needs. Because of this, Dusty has got to watch our numbers really close. As a member of command staff and the executive team, Dusty will be sharing his input from operations and the impact that every decision that we make will have on operations. I'm confident in Chief Dern and his abilities to succeed in this role, and rather scary role, I will say. I've known him for over 20 years, and we've spent many summers together fighting wildland fires. It still amazes me that we went from running a hand crew together to where we are today. That was never our plan, I can tell you. We were sitting under many trees in the hot of the summer talking about how we could ski more and retire early. So I don't know where we went wrong, but here we are. But Dusty and I have suffered together, grown up together, and I'm happy to call him a friend. And that's not why I selected him, though. I chose him because he's the only one that put in. That was supposed to be a joke, but I really feel like no one else put in because they knew you were the right guy for the job. I chose him for his honesty, his integrity, his ability to hold people accountable, and his unmatched drive and dedication to the organization. When he was operations chief, I personally watched Dusty grow in areas of patience, understanding, and I've even seen him slow down a little bit in his decision-making process, which is good. I'm excited to continue to watch Dusty grow in those areas, and I know he'll be successful in this role. I also want to mention his wife, Ashley, and children, Zach and Claire. There you are, Claire. I love your hair, by the way. It's going to be up to you to make sure he keeps you as the most important thing. This job has a tendency to take us away from our families, so let him know when that happens. With that, congratulations, Dusty. I'm proud of you. So now you have to say some words.
Well, bonus talk, so that's awesome. Thank you, Chief. I am honored and humbled to be here. 20 plus years ago, when I started working for this organization seasonally as a part-time firefighter, I would have never ever thought. Like Chief Russell mentioned, I would have been perfectly happy riding on a ladder with Captain Wilkerson, or hiking through the woods with Dom or John Wild or Chief Watson or whoever I was working with at that time. So I'm excited for this position. And like I mentioned, I think our future is bright, and I am really excited where our organization is going to be in the future. And just know that my intent and effort and focus is on serving the public and those of you that are doing that every day. That job is so important, and I will do everything in my power to support the crews running calls on a day-to-day basis. So thank you.
Dusty, you've been chosen by virtue of your background, training, and personal qualities to be an assistant chief with Unified Fire Authority. Your behaviors, decisions, and actions while on and off duty directly reflect the image of Unified Fire Authority, its personnel, and the quality of service that UFA provides to the citizens we serve. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Dustin Dern,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will uphold the vision,
that I will uphold the vision,
mission,
mission,
values,
values,
and policies
and policies
adopted by Unified Fire Authority.
adopted by Unified Fire Authority.
I will act for the good of the communities
I will act for the good of the communities
of which I serve.
of which I serve.
I will strive for excellence
I will strive for excellence
while I faithfully,
honestly,
honestly, and ethically perform
and ethically perform
the duties of Assistant Chief.
the
with Unified
duties
Fire Authority.
of Assistant Chief with Unified Fire Authority.
Congratulations. Claire, you coming up? I forgot to tell Dusty that public speaking was part of the new job. I don't know if he would have taken it or not, but so I just want to give a couple comments to all the positions in general. It's neat to see all of these positions promote because it has a trickle-down effect. And so now we're going to be promoting battalion chiefs and captains and on down the line. And I'm so excited to have good qualified candidates be selected. And also I'm excited for the pool of candidates that are putting their names in for the process. So I want to thank everybody that has put in for these and continue to encourage them to put in for other job openings. I can tell you that you'll never get the position if you don't try, and you never know where you're going to end up. I want to talk briefly about my expectations for all of these positions, and a lot of you have already said these things, but the first thing is take care of yourself and your people. And remember who you work for. It's not me. It's, as Hobbes so eloquently said, you work for the public, our employees. So with that, you need to find and train your replacement. Give your people opportunities to grow and develop. Create an environment where it's okay to make mistakes and learn from those. Know our mission, vision, and values, and continue to make life better for those we serve. So that's all I have. You have closing comments? Okay. So with that, we'll dive into those pink cookies you're talking about. stay and mingle. And if there's pictures as well, Courtney is here to take pictures if you didn't get a chance to. But congratulations, please stay and mingle. And thank you all for coming.